Welcome everybody. It is Business Monday. We're in the small business feature, and I'm Josh Fenton from GoLocal. Welcome to the Navigant Credit Union Broadcast Center. With me is Brian Kampper from Mobile Quest. Cool guy doing cool things, building cool business in Rhode Island. Let's talk a little bit about it. You're doing top level education, kind of adding the fuel to the fire of getting kids understanding, educated, building a love of science, technology, mathematics, etc. Talk a little bit about it.
Sure. What Mobile Quest is we do STEAM. And so STEAM is, again, science, tech, engineering, arts, and math. So we really try to reach out to kids in kindergarten and 8th grade and try to find a way to engage them in just fun, entertaining ways. So that's what we're trying to do.
And when did you start the business?
The business itself was started in January 2017. We did some crowdfunding, we raised some funds, but we really started probably about April of this year, really running lots of programs and really getting the ball rolling.
Great. And talk about where are you? Where do you meet kids? How are the education programs put together? Who's your customer? You're a business.
Yeah, so I mean, it's in the name Mobile Quest, so we love to meet the students where they are. So we'll go to after school programs, libraries, community events, or run birthday parties. Really going to meet them wherever they are, and we're going to bring that learning environment to them.
And you go all over New England. You were at Wachusett?
Well, yeah, so I mean, we typically stay in Rhode Island, southern Massachusetts. This past weekend, we did have a really cool opportunity to go up to Kids Fest and run a STEAM challenge course in partnership with the Girl Scouts.
Oh, great. Is that a big partnership, you and the Girl Scouts, and are there other nonprofits that you work with on a regular basis?
With the Girl Scouts, really working with their STEAM initiative, we've had the opportunity to work with a lot of troops, doing stuff with the Girl Scouts of Southeast New England. We're actually having a big event coming up in October. We're doing a STEAM Spooktacular.
A what?
Yes.
Say it again. A
STEAM Spooktacular. So we're gonna have.
Why don't we do fun things that go local like that?
So we have some really cool STEAM stuff with a little bit of a Halloween twist on it. So we're really excited about that.
Dominic, memo to the file. We want to do something with a cool name like that as well. Okay. Dominic. Dominic.
Yes.
Okay, great. Dominic's in on it. And you're the founder.
Yes.
Okay. And talk about how you staff this. You've got a lot of initiatives going on with different groups at different schools, etc. How have you built this from a staffing standpoint?
Sure. So right now we are using only certified teachers, mostly in the state of Rhode Island. We usually hire them as independent contractors, and so we want to make sure that all our programs are run by quality professionals. So that's what we're doing right now. We have about a staff of 7 or 8 teachers who are working with us in different cities and different communities.
And what's the long-term goal? Like, where do you think this can go? How big can you make it? And are you the only one in your space? Start with the first. How big can this grow?
We're really excited. I mean, the feedback we've got has been outstanding. So we're really excited about that. And as far as growth goes, we're just every day it seems like we're expanding. Reaching out to new outlets, different locations, so that's great. As far as competition, there's some different franchises that might hit on, science aspect or tech aspect, but what we do is we kind of have that whole encompass everything, which is really, really cool. So, and that's one of the reasons we started it. When we looked into it, there really wasn't anything like we are offering right now.
And what's your background?
I'm a teacher. I've been a teacher for 12 years. I'm actually a phys ed teacher.
Nice.
So I'm a big fan of kinesthetic learning. I love to get everyone involved in learning in that hands-on aspect. So it's kind of where I'm at.
Did you get any phone calls today from maybe Bill Belichick at Foxborough to come up
I
there
would
and help them out with some math and science and counting and a bunch of other
after that game last night, maybe I can help them figure out how to get Gronk open on a few passes or try to find some angles for him to work open, so maybe we can talk to that. I would love to get a call from Coach Belichick.
How did you work with Commerce Corporation? Talk a little bit about that, and what was the good part of it? What was the hard part about it? What was the frustrating part about it?
Yeah, we did some crowdfunding. We obviously invested some of our own personal funds, but anytime you're starting a business, there's lots of expenses and lots
Really?
of
I did not know that.
lots of startup costs. So we worked with Ron Commerce And they're awesome. We took advantage of their micro loan program, and they partnered us up with this great group called the Community Investment Corporation,
Right.
and their office based in Providence. And we worked with a gentleman named Buck Harris. He was awesome. He walked us through the process, explained to us everything. And what was really cool about it is, I feel a lot of times when you go through a loan, people are just purely looking at the numbers.
Yeah.
And I feel like Buck actually listened to our story, and we had what he believed in, what we wanted to do. So it was great.
So it's a total growth area. I mean, it's really a major focal point of where I think everybody understands that in order to build a sustainable economy in the United States, we've got to compete with other countries and really educate our students on science and technology, encouraging the arts as well, that sort of right brain analysis. When you start to think about how you scale the company, how do you look at it? Is it, I need to talk to more schools, I need to build the brand, I need to grow the geographic area? I mean, one of the great parts of this show is we really try and talk about how to grow companies, so other folks who are tuning in are going like, oh yeah, I hadn't thought of that before.
I mean, we want to make sure what we're doing right now is a very fine product and a good product. So we don't want to overexpand and try to put a watered down product out there, because we're really happy and proud about what we produce on a regular basis. So I think once we master and have a really good fine-tuned product, that's when we're going to start to expand, and you start to throw the word franchise out there and all that kind of stuff. I mean, that's obviously down the road, but we're really happy with the rate that we're expanding at right now.
That's great. And biggest frustrations so far?
I mean, biggest frustrations I think is just time management. So I mean, I have a full-time job, and I'm doing this is also a full-time job, and trying to find a time to relax and spend time with your family. And so it's a home-based business too.
Do you understand you started a small business?
Yes.
Those things no longer exist.
Yeah. So
Thanksgiving between 1 and 4, and Christmas early in the morning.
Or when your living room is storage space and your spare bedroom is storage space, and so the wife is definitely making me go get the storage unit this week because she's done. So
that's great. You as guest, I think, have brought on the coolest looking prop. Can we see what the heck's going on here?
So this is one of our Dash robots, and this is actually part of one of the things that we were able to purchase with our microloan. We initially bought 8 of these, and this program has been so popular.
Yeah.
It's a coding program that we use for kindergarten through 8th grade, just to teach them the basics of coding. But it's so awesome because they'll build the code, and then all of a sudden, this guy Dash will do it. So we've expanded from 16, and we just went up to 24 because this program is so popular. It's one of the most popular programs that we have.
And what will Dash be able to do? Let's say a kindergartner, what could they make?
So what's really cool about this program, it's a company called Wonder Workshop. And they, with a kindergartner, they can literally drag their finger on a tablet, and they'll learn how to control Dash. And then you slowly build him up to where they'll start basic coding up until like 8th grade, where they're building complex sequences and everything like that.
Great. And what could the 8th grader do with it?
So the 8th grader could make it, you can do synchronized dances, you can add attachments to it where you can make them play a xylophone, launch stuff and everything like that. So it's
Would I say a smart 8th grader? You could hook up my business with a smart 8th grader. Could we program Dash to replace Dominic?
I think Dominic is not.
Dominic is irreplaceable.
Exactly.
Okay, so Dominic's in, Dash is out for the short term.
Short term.
And we'll take it from there. As a person who's just started a small business, I think you no longer work for the man, but you are the man, so you have to curse yourself simultaneously. Give a couple of suggestions to people who are thinking about launching their own business, whether it's in a service like you're thinking about or something altogether different.
I mean, I think the best advice I ever got, you have to, if you're going to launch your own business, you have to be something that you're passionate in. So, I mean, don't just go out there and thinking, I'm trying to find something that's going to make me a quick buck.
Right.
Because you're eventually going to get frustrated and you're going to be upset. So, I mean, I'm passionate. I've been an educator for 12 years, and I'm super passionate about STEAM, and that's why this is what's being. And you have to be patient too. Like, you don't think it's gonna. You can't just snap your fingers and have money raining down on you. You gotta put the work in. You gotta hustle. You gotta do the grind. You gotta do the grit, and that's what it's all about.
That's great, Brian. I really appreciate you coming on.
Stay
right here. We're gonna take a break for about 30 seconds. We'll be right back with some other entrepreneurs And thanks everybody for tuning in to Small Biz. We'll be back in 30 seconds. Thanks so much to Brian.